Marvel movies, why did James Gunn get fired? Will Marvel rehire James Gunn? James Gunn may be persona non grata at Disney headquarters right now, but the superhero powerhouse Marvel is trying its best to reverse this. Will Marvel convince Disney to rehire James Gunn? James Gunn is still mired in the shadow of the Twitter controversy which saw him fired from the superhero franchise he created, Guardians of the Galaxy. His sacking came after a series of tweets were found from before Gunn began as director on Guardians of the Galaxy, which made light of subjects like pedophilia and rape. One tweet read, "I like when little boys touch me in my silly place." But following his sacking, now new rumors are surfacing which could give some hope back to supporters of Gunn. Will Marvel convince Disney to rehire James Gunn? Yes, probably, but likely not for Guardians of the Galaxy. We are now 22 days into the saga of Gunn's firing and subsequent social media storm. Not a lot has changed. The director is still persona non grata at Disney, but Marvel is doing their best to keep him from being snapped up by another superhero movie maker. Deadline reported Marvel, and likely Kevin Feige as its head, have been making overtures to Disney to soften their stance on Gunn. Avengers: Infinity War end credit. Why did fans go crazy over the scene? Marvel's attempt at persuasion on Gunn's behalf was geared towards Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, which has suffered in the wake of Gunn's firing. Guardians cast released a letter of support for Gunn, and Drax actor David Bautista went as far as saying if Gunn's screenplay for Vol. 3 wasn't used, he would refuse to reprise his role. A desire for rapprochement on Marvel's part is to be expected given the chaos Guardians Vol. 3 has been subsumed by. According to Deadline, the article suggests Gunn's eventual distancing from Disney is inevitable, but reinstating him for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 is good business sense. Take, for example, the problems suffered by Solo, a Star Wars story at the box office. While some put the flop down to Star Wars fatigue, others blamed it on the midway firing of the original directing duo, leading to extensive reshoots and, perhaps, an entirely new, and less groundbreaking, direction for the movie. Similarly, Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 suffer the same box office fate without Gunn's particular brand of comedy, writing, and direction. Deadline wrote, "Gunn remains eminently hireable and a studio chief told me recently he's eager to give him a picture once Gunn is free of Disney." Avengers: Infinity War. Did you spot Stan Lee in Infinity War? Presumably, Marvel's attempt at smoothing relations between Gunn and Disney is an attempt at preventing him from taking his talents elsewhere. Whether Disney succumbs to the pressure is another matter entirely. For the family-friendly Mouse House, a reversal on this stance may be impossible, despite what individual desires may be. Perhaps the sequel may go to Thor: Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, who is tipped as the best option to replace Gunn. Whatever happens, Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 is clearly in a rocky place, and with the deadline approaching the film may revert back to Gunn simply out of necessity.